Hello everyone, it's Norfolk Tractor Boy here, and today I'm going to be trying to get this old sthil fs81 strimmer going. So, yes, an old sthil fs81 that I got for free. So I just thought I'd try and get it going, yeah, and make a video on getting it going. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray a bit of easy start in the carburetor to see if it actually starts, and if it does, then, because if it doesn't start, it's not worth us taking it apart and doing what needs to be done to it, because yeah, if it doesn't start on easy start, it's probably going to be something quite seriously wrong. So let's just take the air filter cover off. Yep. Right. And then we'll spray a bit of easy start in there, and hopefully it should fire. And if it does, I'll put the carb in the ultrasonic cleaner for a bit, and then it should hopefully go. Just take this off. That's the air filter cover off. So we're going to get some easy start. This is actually brake and clutch cleaner, but it works just as well. So we're just going to give that a little spray in there. And then we're going to squeeze the throttle and push the button to start. And yeah, see if it goes. That did start. Alright, so it does start. That's good. So now we just need to take the carburetor off, and then we'll put it in the ultrasonic cleaner, and hopefully it will start without easy start. Alright. Hopefully these shouldn't be too rusted on. Oh, there we go. That's a bit stiff. Alright, let's just get this other one loose. Oh, that one came off quite loosely. Alright. Just do the rest by hand. That's one bolt out. And just pull that off. And we're just going to disconnect the fuel line, which will need a flathead, or it'll be easier if you've got a flathead screwdriver bit. What we'll do is we'll disconnect the throttle first. There we go. And just put that in there and push it up or down, whichever way it is. So now we've got the carb off, I'll just take it apart, and then when it's all taken apart, we'll take it inside and put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. So I'll just take it apart here. I'll need a different bit in this screwdriver. So I'll just get a flathead bit. First of all, we'll take this top bit off. Right, that's loose. Hopefully all these gaskets will come off easily and we don't end up breaking any of them. Almost off. There we go. That's a bit gunked up in there, guys. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a bit gunked up. That probably could do with a clean. I'll just remove this top gasket, or the top of the gasket. That's connected to the top of the carb. I like to use flathead bits to get these gaskets off, and it's quite easy to just get them off of a flathead bit. But yeah, that's that side of the carb. Now we just need to get the other side off. This one will do it. On this side we have 4 bolts, or not bolts, screws. I'm not going to undo them fully. I'm just going to undo all of them and then undo them by hand in a bit when they're all undone. Oh, that also came off nice and easily. So here, I think this is called the metering diaphragm. So we'll just get that off nice and carefully. Here's the metering diaphragm. It looks to be in pretty good condition, so it should work. So just put that down. I'll just put the screws and the carb bits there. And now we need another flathead bit, which will undo the little screw to get the needle out in there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but to get the needle out. So what we're going to do to get that out is hold down on the needle and the spring so it doesn't fly out when we've undone it. And then just undo it. Right, there we go. That's a bit stiff to do. That's undone. So yeah, we'll just take it inside and then put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. We don't want to lose any of these screws or springs or anything, so they need to be put somewhere safe. There we go. So them bits off. So we'll now take it inside and put it in your ultrasonic cleaner. carb has been in the ultrasonic cleaner, and also I've dried it out. So now we're going to put it back on and see if it will start. So yeah, I'm just going to get all the little gaskets and plates that go on it. Like, yep. And just gonna put the carb on. Right, that's the. This is the little plate that goes just in front of the carb. So we're now going to screw this on. Right, so we'll just tighten this up. And then we'll put the air filter and the air filter cover on. Right, this is almost on. And then we'll put the air filter and the air filter cover on. So that carb's now on. Just need to. The air filter's in there, so there we go. That's now on. Now I've also got a little fuel filter here, so what I'm going to do, I'm not sure if this is 100% clean, so I'm going to clean it with some brake and clutch cleaner. So I'm just going to put that in the nozzle of it. There we go. Just give it a bit more of a spray. Alright, I'll just let that soak for a little bit while I connect up all the bits for the carb. Right, we'll just connect up the throttle cable. There we go, that's the throttle cable connected. Alright, now we'll connect up the fuel line. This might be a bit fiddly, or maybe not. we'll take the fuel cap off. And then I'll just go get something to get the fuel line out. Right, so I've just got something to get the fuel line out. It's just this little hook. It works. I'm not sure if this has a fuel filter on it. It doesn't have a fuel filter on it, so that could have dragged through some dirt and stuff before we cleaned out the carb, so that's good. Now I'll put some petrol in there and we'll see if it starts. So it's now filled up with petrol, and yeah, let's see if it starts. We'll just move all the bits out of the way. Chokes on, and we'll just put it in the start position, which is throttle, or this lever here. You pull the throttle down, push it up, and then the throttle again to release it. Right, so let's see if it'll start. Might take a few pulls to get the fuel through. In fact, a bit of easy start might help pull some fuel through. And run, but it is bogging down a bit, so the carburetor will need adjusting a bit. So we'll try adjusting the carb. Doesn't seem to want to go. It does seem to run, but it does cut out after a while. It does run for a bit, but it does only seem to want to run on choke. doesn't seem to want to go now. There will be a part 2 on this, but this is probably where the video is going to end. So we did get it running, but it only runs on choke and it does bog down. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now.